You're assigned to answer a question that goes, Raj and his son Rajesh were driving down a highway in Perak to see their relative. Muthu, a lorry driver, was speeding and driving recklessly on the other road. Muthu lorry drifted to Raj's side on the road and collided with his car. Raj lost control of his vehicle and collided with the road divider. The engine of the car caught on fire. Both Raj and Rajesh were taken to the hospital with severe injuries and major burns. Unfortunately, Raj died shortly after arriving at the hospital. Meanwhile, Rajesh has been in coma for 2 weeks. Muthu, on the other hand, suffered only minor injuries and he confessed that he was driving recklessly. After waking up, Raj was so devastated that he planned to bring an action against Muthu. So the issue in this case is whether Raj can claim damages against Muthu for driving recklessly and causing death to his son Rajesh and several injuries to himself.
Moving on to the law. In this case, we will be referring to Section 41, 42 and 43 of Road Transport Act 1987. The punishments for the offence such as imprisonment, fine, disqualified from holding or obtaining a driving licence are included in these sections. Both Section 41 and Section 42 explain the reckless and dangerous driving, including all circumstances which is dangerous to the public. However, the difference between these two sections is Section 41 must be causing death due to the act. Section 43 elucidates a person who drives a motor vehicle on the road carelessly without reasonable consideration. Under Section 41 Clause 4, the court upon the trial of a person for an offence under this section convicts such person of an offence under Section 42 or 43. Thus, we should refer to these three sections in our case. In the case of Ng Beng Kok against public prosecutor, the accused was guilty in causing an accident as he drove dangerously at a high speed. The accused committed all three distinct limbs under Section 41 Clause 1. First, driving recklessly. Second, driving at a speed. And third, driving in a manner that, having regard to all circumstances, is dangerous to the public. In our case, Muthu's act fulfills these three sections when the lorry driven by Muthu swerved towards opposite side of the road and hit Raj's car, and Muthu himself admitted that he drove recklessly. In order to prove negligence, these are the three elements that need to be established. In this case, Muthu is said to have a duty of care since he should have foreseen the danger of speeding on a roadway with many vehicles. There is a very strong duty on Muthu as a driver to keep a good lookout while driving. A driver should always anticipate the possible risk of speeding on a highway, the omission of which would result in a breach of duty of care. In regard with the but-for test, if Muthu had not been speeding recklessly along the highway, Raj would not have been hurt and his son would not have died. Finally, in regards with reasonable foresight test, the harm is foreseeable since it is expected and because speeding on a highway requires complete focus by its very nature. Failure to do so would result in an accident.
Having established that negligence exists on the part of Muthu, we'll now discuss the damages recoverable by Raj. In Muhammad Hari vs. Alliance General Insurance, it was already explained that damages in an accident claim can include pain and suffering, loss of amenities, loss of earnings, bereavement, and also special damages. But we must first understand the difference between general and special damages. This can be found in Ngoi Koo Seong and other versus Aini Abdullah, whereby the federal court held that general damages are damages stated in general terms in the pleadings without the necessity of quantifying the amount. However, in special damages, such damages are damages whereby the exact loss must be specifically pleaded before trial. We may look at the case of Muhammad Khairul vs. Yue Kai for further illustration. In that case, in succeeding in their claim in negligence against the defendant, the High Court awarded the first and second plaintiffs general damages for personal injury, but also special damages for loss of future earnings due to the accident. So, in our case, Raj can not only claim for general damages for personal injury and pain and suffering, but also special damages in loss of future earnings due to him being involved in the accident. But for special damages, Raj must specifically plead the exact loss suffered.
So for our application for today's case, I'll be explaining about it, which is Mutu can be charged under the three provisions of Road Transport Act 1987, which is the first one is Section 41(1). It is about causing death by reckless and dangerous driving. Section 42(1), dangerous driving and reckless driving, and Section 43(1), which is a careless and inconsiderate driving. So basically, Mutu can be convicted under these three provisions the moment he speed up his lorry and caused the accident. Raj have the right to charge Mutu under these three provisions. Besides that, referring to the case of Bank Court against public prosecutor, we can see that the court held that the appellant was guilty for the offence under Section 41(1) of Road Transport Act and have sentenced him for 2 years and a fine of RM5,000 and his driving license has been suspended for 2 years. Raj may charge Mutu under this provision for reckless driving which has caused his son to pass away. Lastly, according to case of Muhammad Hari Muhammad Isa against Alliance General Insurance Company, which for those who have suffered the misfortune of motor accident, the dependents may claim for the disease for the damages of negligence. So this have made Raj is entitled to claim for damages from Mutu for his negligence which have caused the loss of his son. So in the nutshell, Raj, being an injured party whose son has died in the motor accident, is entitled for file this action in negligence against Mutu and also claim damages from Mutu which extend to pain and suffering, loss of amenities, nursing and assistance, loss of earnings, bereavement and also special damages. That's all from me. Thank you.
I know blue is not enough. She's a